June 6th is forever known as D-Day. That's the day the Allies made their bold move to reclaim Europe from the Nazi forces that had occupied it since 1940. To honor all who served, Sugarcreek Township is preparing a new memorial at the corner of Feedwire and Upper Bellbrook Roads. Here is Dan Patterson.
The new memorial is to honor all the American veterans from all the wars we have fought, and there have been many. The Pioneer Cemetery along Upper Bellbrook Road has some graves which include 5 Revolutionary War veterans, 3 War of 1812 veterans, and 2 Civil War veterans. However, today is June 6th, and this is no coincidence. Lifelong resident of the township, Jim Martin, went to war that day with the 101st Airborne, the Screaming Eagles. By the time the sun had risen here in southwest Ohio, the invasion of Hitler's Europe was at midday. Before the troops waded ashore in Normandy, the airborne divisions had already been locked in combat for several hours. The eastern flank of the invasion area was attacked and held by British airborne forces. The western flank was the responsibility of the American 82nd and 101st Airborne. Jim Pee Wee Martin was nicknamed that as he was small in stature but huge in his toughness. American airborne troops went through rigorous training to qualify. They were well-hardened young men and were ready to jump into war. His unit jumped into the region just behind the invasion beach codenamed Utah. He was a member of G Company and was in the same combat area depicted in the TV series Band of Brothers. Jim fought the entire remaining months of the war through France, Holland, and into Germany. I met Jim a few years ago and was able to make his portrait. I was able to listen to his accounts of the D-Day experience as well as some of his lifelong recollections of living in Sugarcreek Township. He built his own house, was married to his wife Donna for 73 years, and was an active and engaged member of the community. He was quoted to say, "I've been there and done that. All I cared about was getting a job to take care of my family, building a house on 50 acres, and forgetting the world." For his 100th birthday, a group of aviators from across the USA came to the area with 3 C-47 transports, identical to the aircraft from which he jumped into the war, and flew a tight drop formation to recreate his D-Day jump. The paratroops streamed from the C-47s on a pleasant Ohio evening at low level and landed at the Greene County Skydiving Center. All of us in the ground watched in open-mouthed wonder as the jumpers with round parachutes delivered the tribute to Jim Martin. The centerpiece of the new Veterans Memorial will be a bronze statue of Jim Pee Wee Martin. 81 years ago today, he jumped into World War II. America owes its freedom to all the brave men and women who jumped into whatever duty required the defense of our liberty and freedom of democracy. For WYSO, this is Dan Patterson wishing you blue skies and tailwinds.
Jim Pee Wee Martin passed away not too long ago. He lived to be 101 years old. Blue Skies and Tailwinds is supported by the global aerospace and defense firm SNC and the Wright State University Aviation Science and Technology Program. It's produced at the Ockelberger Center for Community Voices at WYSO.